Again, and from Medi Tours Hungary. We are a medical tourism agent here in Budapest, and it's actually a gorgeous Saturday morning here, and I've come out to give you another program update of things that you definitely want to see when you come over here. I'm in the 5th District, and I'm in what's called the Liberty Square, which is quite a controversial square here, and I'm just kind of sitting in the park, and they're going to show you at least one thing that's pretty interesting to come out and check out. Actually, the one thing that you'll probably find here that you should check out and you'll see here is actually the U.S. Embassy, which is right across the street here, right on the other side of the park. I'll try to show you a little bit of the park as I can, but because it's summertime, there are a lot of trees and a lot of greenery around here. But it's a beautiful park here to come out and check out. But actually, if we look over here, where I am sitting here on the park bench, and we come over here, we see kind of an interesting character statue here to come out, and funny thing to see actually here in Budapest. I don't know, for all my countrymen out there, some of you might recognize this fellow. He's the former U.S. President, Mr. Ronald Reagan, and you can see his name down there also. I'll try to get that over there so you can see the whole thing. Quite interesting to come over to Budapest, Hungary, and find a larger-than-life, as you can see, he's a little bit taller than me. I know he was tall in real life, but I don't think he was that tall. Larger-than-life statue of Mr. Ronald Reagan. So you might ask, well, what's he actually doing here, actually? Why would you find in Budapest, one of Budapest's most beautiful squares, Mr. Ronald Reagan? Well, actually, Mr. Reagan was put here in June, actually, this month in 2011, and he's actually symbolizing the end of the Soviet era. Because when he gave that speech, not everybody will remember, back in the late 1980s to Mr. Gorbechev to tear down the wall in Berlin, and that kind of ended the whole Soviet era. And Ronald Reagan here in Budapest has been attributed to the actual end of communism and the end of the Eastern Soviet Bloc, as we see here. So it's what better place to put him, the liberation from the Soviet occupation, or the Eastern Bloc as it was up until 1989, than Mr. Reagan, okay, who was over here. So yeah, that's his relevance here, here in Budapest Central here. So where actually am I? I think I said it before, this is the 5th District, and if you're over here, you can actually see behind me the House of Parliament. Okay, so you're just a walk right over there, and if you are walking over there, don't forget to walk over here and check this out. I'll take you around to another site over here to see, actually not too far away. I'll just get over here in a minute. There's actually, on just a few steps away from Ronald Reagan, you will see that there's actually a Soviet memorial here. So it's kind of controversial that you would find the liberation from the Soviets, Reagan standing over there, and then come over here just a few steps away and find, as you will see now right behind me, a Soviet memorial there, which is, most of them have been actually torn down in the Eastern Bloc countries after 1989, but actually Budapest and Hungary actually kept the obelisk. It's quite tall, an obelisk there, and there's actually a scene of a battle there, which represents actually the liberation of the Soviets. Put this up in 1945 when actually they kicked out the Germans. So, and then the Soviets were here up until about 1989, the Russians, old Soviet Union, and this memorial is actually still here. So it's not that Ronald Reagan was placed over there on the other side of the park there, because the U.S. Embassy is right here. You actually have this pretty rare structure here to still find in Eastern Europe, which is the Soviet memorial to their, it's actually their liberation statue, or memorial that they call it, which actually symbolizes them liberating Hungary from the Germans. So it's quite an interesting square to come out. It's actually very beautiful to come out and spend almost just a day hanging out here in the park. Don't miss it if you're coming over here to check out Mr. Reagan and spend a little time in the Liberty Square. Actually behind me, I'm moving over a little bit over here. There's an absolutely tremendous, huge building. I'm I'm going to try to get it in this picture as much as I can, but you can already see it coming in the background. That was the old Hungarian state TV building, okay, and there's historical controversy surrounding that building as well. Everything in this park. It is a great place to come out here and just check out, we'll read about it before you come out here so that you understand a little bit about what's going on, because Hungarian history is a little bit complicated, but anyway, there's no, you won't be disappointed with how many things that you can actually see here. And actually on the other side of the park, there's another controversial statue that was placed up just a couple of years ago. It's a little bit far now for me to walk over there and show you that at this point, but maybe I'll try to make another short video about that actually as well. But definitely before you come out here to the Liberty Square, which is in the 5th District in Budapest City Center, read a little bit about it, and you can go around and check out all these great memorials here. And especially, as you can see now, there's a whole bunch of people that have gathered actually right around the Ronald Reagan statue, and they're taking pictures of themselves. So it's definitely one of the things to come out here and check out. So if you didn't know that Ronald Reagan, former U.S. president, back in the 1980s, has actually got a statue monument here in Budapest. Come out to the Liberty Square. Anyway, so I mean, that's it for today's video. It's just a short one. If you've seen my other videos, you know Medi Tours Hungary, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. We're a medical tourism agent. We help people come over here for plastic surgery, for dentistry and other health treatments. If you want some information, go to our website, www.meditourshungary.com. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter. We have an online consultation platform that you can register for and get in direct contact with either me or one of our other consultants. You can also check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and you'll see some of my newest posts that I've been posting up on Steemit as well. So that's it for me for today. Dr. Randy Simor. I hope you like this short little video. Come out and check out all the sights of Budapest. It's an absolutely amazing city, and it's an amazing time to be here. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.